Okay. uh, I have I have proven out a blueprint. I have created a blueprint for consistency with my 5K account. So now I'm going to focus on scaling up. So I'm currently working on a 10K challenge with funding pips. And then what I expect is that uh, maybe a month, maybe a month and a half, I'm going to get funded, trading very conservatively. Then I will start. Then I will obtain two payouts, and then once I get those payouts, then I'm going to either fund my 50K challenge or the 100K challenge with funding pips, and then uh, I will I will earn a payout from those two. And what I expect to do is to see if I can. So, what I will do after that is to research to figure out what other companies or other prop firms are offering. So, normally, many of the prop firms cap at about 100K. And then there will be other firms that, like FTMO, which now offers support for U.S. citizens through Oneida, which means that I can get 200K. So, after I get a couple payouts from either the 50K or 100K, most likely maybe the 100K, because if I when I prove out with the 5K, which I've proven it out with the 5K, and if I prove it out to the 10K, then chances are I will be successful at the 100K. And the cost to take on that challenge is roughly about 500 bucks across the board through other prop firms as well. It's roughly about 500 bucks. And that means that all I have to do is get about half a percent and a payout, essentially about a half a percent for whatever, however long it takes. And then when I get to 200K, what my expectation is going to be probably roughly about half a percent per day, roughly about uh, half a percent a profit each day. So it's going to vary based on day to day trading conditions with a 200K. So that means a half a percent of a 200K is $1,000. And within a month, there's 20 days in a month on a full day, or even more on certain months, which means that it is possible, it is likely that I will be able to make about a half a percent. Sometimes it's going to vary a little bit higher or lower, but it's going to be on average somewhere around on a conservative basis about half a percent per day. 20 days, that's essentially um, about $1,000 with a 200K account, which means that that's about $20,000 each month. Okay, and so even with a 80-20 split, uh, that's about $16,000, and paying taxes, that's going to be roughly about in pocket about $12,000 a month cash, free cash. Okay, so that's the expectation I have. I'm not there yet, but that is my scaling plan. And then there are some other things that I want to do. I briefly looked at trade copying. Uh, the cost of trade copier is roughly about 50, somewhere around 50 bucks. Okay, trade copier, using a trade copier. So that means that I can have, when I'm taking on a challenge, okay, when I'm taking on a challenge, that means that I could pay for like 4 or 5 of them, and I can take the challenge all at the same time. And then when I get funded, then I can use the trade copier to have control over about $500,000 to $1 million. Okay, and 0.5% of $1 million is, what is that, like 5,000 bucks or something like that, right? Yeah, somewhere around like 5,000 bucks per day, right? So that's the expectation that I have. So and that's then what? So I have some plans. So I'm looking into that, whether it's feasible to spend like 50 bucks a month using using a trade copier. Okay, so that is a benefit for passing the challenges, and as well as using it to trade the funded account. Now, so then I've noticed that I've noticed that there is, so because I have an engineering background and I do have some sort of software experience, and I realize apparently there's some uh, people use people use bots. Okay, so these bots they created, and then what it does is it trades for me. So what it will do, the bot will, even though I'm sleeping, okay, and I'm not even hands on, what it will do is the software will run by itself. And so I'm looking into that area as well. And so that can be side by side with what I will do. And also, what I would like to do is, once I accrue a certain amount, then I want to get back into uh, the U.S. market. Okay, the U.S. market, where it has the regular shares and the indices, and then somehow integrate the option strategy in order to take advantage of the knowledge that I've acquired in trading the forex market, and then moving in that direction. So there's essentially, as I start to scale, what I'm looking forward to doing is, one, trade copier. The second part is looking at the bots, and the third part is getting back into the U.S. markets with option strategies to essentially expand upon it. So that's the path that I'm taking, and so that's my scaling plan.